Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, March for Our Lives rallies held across New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Getting an amazing iPhone 8?
Yeah, because
now you can lease one iPhone 8, get the other one on Sprint.
And you get the best price for unlimited.
I'm the new Sprintern.
Sprint plus
Intern. Yeah, clever, right?
And now get one iPhone 8 and get a second one on us.
All right, well, we still get ourselves nice and ready and get everybody into the plaza. Let's keep the noise going. Let's make sure they can hear us. We are here to make sure that they listen and that we can do what we can to get the guns out of, well, let's make sure that we have safe gun regulation. Doesn't mean we're taking them away. It means that the people who should not have guns should not have guns. Let's do this for Newtown. Let's do this for Parkland. Let's do this for every school that's had a shooting ever. How's this? Can you guys hear me down at CVS? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Ben Toreski.
Good morning. My name is Ben Tolersky, and I'm a junior at Nashua High School South. After the tragedy in Parkland, Florida, I was shocked, angry, and outraged that another school shooting had happened. When the survivors began to speak out, I was encouraged by their dedication and determination that their school would be the last. And now, just a little more than a month later, I am overwhelmed by the outpouring of support for this cause. Every single one of you here today was moved to show up. You're moved to march with us, and you were moved to add your voices to ours. Each one of our voices is important, but together, nationwide, our voices are deafening today. This is just the beginning. Students are being murdered because of politicians not taking action. We cannot sit back and do nothing. We need to make our voices heard. I urge you to vote against candidates who value campaign funding more than doing the right.
Okay, that was some video feed from the rally in Nashua. Rallies about bringing awareness to gun violence and school safety were held Saturday in several New Hampshire communities. The student-led March for Our Lives rallies were held in Concord, Keene, Lancaster, Jackson, Nashua, and Portsmouth. Senator Maggie Hassan and Jean Shaheen and Nashua Mayor Jim attended the rally in Nashua. Organizers said roughly 500 people gathered at the City Hall for a rally after marching from Elm Street Middle School. The rally in Concord drew a crowd that organizers estimated was about 4,000 strong. Officials said the Portsmouth rally had at least 2,500 people. The event's speakers advocated for tighter restrictions on gun sales and making sure they are kept out of hands of those who should not have them. The primary march in Washington, D.C. drew hundreds of thousands of people. A large march also happened originally in Boston, where more than 50,000 attendees were expected. This movement was always here. Thousands participants in Boston's March for Our Lives. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
I will always remember every single detail. My trauma isn't going away, and neither are we. "17 people died. 17 lives were stolen too soon. 17 families will never see their loved ones again. And everyone will live the rest of their lives with the horror of the tragedy that happened at their school." But the thing is, this isn't just about Parkland. Gun violence did not start on February 14th. This is not new. And us Parkland kids, we're not special. I wish we were the only ones to have ever known this, but we're not. We're not especially articulate. We're not super charismatic, and we're not the first students to be fighting for this. This movement was always here. People were always here screaming for change.
Okay, that was video taken during the event. Thousands marched down the streets of Boston and into the Boston Common as part of the nationwide March for Our Lives to protest gun violence and call for stricter gun control. Westbrook coffee shop robbed at gunpoint. A man armed with a gun robbed a Westbrook coffee shop Saturday morning, the latest in a string of armed robberies to occur in Greater Portland. Police said the man entered the drive-thru at the Daily Grind at 820 Main Street just before 8 a.m. Police said the robber had a handgun, threatened the clerk before taking money and running away. The robber wore a mask over his face in dark clothing, police said. Police are trying to determine if the robber is connected to a series of hold-ups that have happened in the area since last Tuesday. In a post on the coffee shop's Facebook page, the owners of the Daily Grind said they were relieved that no one was hurt during the robbery. The owners also thanked Westbrook police for their quick response to the shop. Let's hope they catch this guy before he hurts somebody. Although the shop closed after the robbery, the owners said they plan to reopen the business as usual Sunday morning. Saturday's robbery was the fifth reported in the Greater Portland since Tuesday. The previous 4 robberies are believed to be connected. The first robbery was reported Tuesday evening at the Rivertone gas station on Forest Avenue in Portland. The next evening, a man with a gun robbed the Little Mart on Route 1 in Falmouth. Thursday afternoon, an armed man robbed Good Things Variety in Westbrook. Several hours later, state police said the Irving gas station in Cumberland was robbed by a man with a gun. Florida shooting survivor, keep screaming at your own congressman. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
My name is Jacqueline Corin, and I am proud to say that Parkland is my home. Parkland is the heart of this movement. But just as a heart needs blood to pump, my hometown needs the alliance of other communities to properly spread this message. We openly recognize that we are privileged individuals and would not have received as much attention if we weren't for the affluence of our city. Because of that, however, we share the stage today and forever with those who have always stared down the barrel of a gun. This issue is undoubtedly an epidemic that affects communities of all classes, an epidemic that the Center for Disease Control does not have the funds to research. This disease continues to spread, even though we have discovered the cure. But our government officials close their ears because it involves change, a change that does not align with their own agenda. That is why Parkland cannot and will not do this alone. There is strength in numbers, and we need each and every one of you to keep screaming at your own congressman. Don't be scared just because they have senator in front of their name. Our elected officials have seen American after American drop from a bullet. And instead of waking up to protect us, they have been hitting the snooze button. But we're here to shake them awake. Each congressman has a local office in their district, so pay them a visit or organize a town hall. They'll be home for the next 2 weeks for congressional recess. Have them hear you out because they work for us. And if they still won't meet with you, remind them that you invited their opponent, because we all know they'll show up then. We cannot keep America great if we cannot keep America safe. And 96 deaths by firearm every day is not what I would call great. Our First Amendment right is our weapon of war in this, a weapon that should be on our streets, a weapon that cannot kill but can heal. Love will always outweigh the hate, as the universe is on the side of justice. So I need each and every one of you, no matter your age, to continue to fight alongside us, because hearts cannot pump without blood, and I don't want your community to join the ghastly inner circle that mine is now a part of. In the end, we are all fighting for our lives. But we are a great generation, and we'll be the ones to make America safe. Thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday evening, and I'll be back with another newscast tomorrow, and I'll have a news report later on this evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.